A lot of people have been reaching out to me, asking me, Nusa Comedy, you live in the United States of America. Tell us, what are the skills one needs to have before moving, migrating, relocating, coming to the United States of America? Because there are people who have been fortunate to have some of the US visas, and they are asking, Nusa Comedy, I don't want to come to the US before deciding to learn a skill. I want to know these skills that are lucrative right there, because you are there. Tell us, which is the reason why I have decided to drop this content. Knowledge is a continuum. What you don't know is bigger than you. It is very, very important for us to continually learn. Now, in various countries in this world, the skills that are in demand are different from one country to another. You have a particular skill, and that skill is lucrative in one country, does not mean you will easily get jobs with that skill in another. Which is why it is very, very important, before you leave your home country, try to know the skills that are in demand, the skills that are lucrative in that country you are heading to. There are cases where people left home with some skills, but those skills were not skills that were in demand in the country they found themselves. So at the end of the day, they were like someone, or they were like people who did not learn anything, because the skills they left home with, thinking because this skill is so lucrative in one other country, that same skill will be lucrative in the country where they were headed, and eventually found out that they have not learned anything. So please, if you are just coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Nusa Comedy, the man with the remedy. Please do well to subscribe to this channel if you have not yet done so. And I want to sincerely thank my returning and existing subscribers. Thank you very much for your support. I appreciate every one of you. Please give this video a big like, or you want to call it a big thumbs up, so that YouTube can recommend this content to others who might also be interested. Now, let's dive into this content proper. Now, skills you need to learn, skills you need to have before moving, migrating, relocating, coming to the United States of America are as follows. 1, computer programming. I have a lot of them here. 1 is computer programming. Currently, people say we are in the global world now. So having computer knowledge is very, very essential and important, especially if you want to quickly make it big abroad. So there are computer programmers here in the US who make over $88,000 annually. There are some who make over $120,000 a year. Number 2, driving. Yes, and when I say driving, this includes truck driving, car driving, bus driving, and the likes. Now, there are truck drivers here in the US who make more than $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year. Yes, and it is also very, very important, like I have clearly stated in my previous contents, car driving should be a must for you. because there are cases where people came to the US and their first jobs were either being a taxi driver, Uber driver, or a delivery driver. Some were even driving for companies. And that is one of the quickest jobs to quickly find here in America. Taxi driving, you know. And there are Uber drivers here in the US who make over $4,000 monthly. Yes. Some even make as high as $6,000 a month. Driving Uber, driving taxi, doing delivery. So it is very, very important. And also there are people who drive buses. Some drive school bus, company bus, and these people are making over $50,000, $60,000 a year. Number 3 on my list, registered nurse, RN. I have said this many times that nursing is one of the biggest skill to have, one of the most lucrative skills in this world to have, because nurses here in America are in demand. They are in demand. There are nurses here in America who make over $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year, especially if you are a travel nurse. There are travel nurses who make as high as $60 per hour here in America. Imagine making $60 per hour as a travel nurse, $50 per hour as a travel nurse. So nursing is very, very lucrative. Number 4, data science. If you are a data scientist here in America, you are a big boy, you are a big girl, you are a big man, you are a big woman. There are data scientists here in America who make over $120,000 a year here in the US. So we are in the computer age now. It is very, very important for you to get these skills so that you can earn more money. Because when you do jobs, or when you have a job that makes you a lot of money, you may not really need to do 2 or 3 jobs at the same time. So take note. Number 5, health service manager. Yes, health service manager. There are health service managers here in America who make over $80,000 a year. And before I go further in this content, I am also going to tell you skills you also need to have that can help you do side hustles. Yes, those skills will be coming at the end of this content. Skills that will help you to hustle on the side if you are a newcomer here. And those skills, you can also make more money. You can also make them your main source of income. But those skills are skills you can easily fall back on as a newcomer here in the US. So I will tell you at the end of this video. Number 6, forklift operator. Yes, if you are a forklift operator, there are forklift operators here in the US who make over $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. Yes. So number 7, financial manager. Being a finance manager is one of the most lucrative jobs here in America. And there are financial managers here in the US who make over $80,000, $90,000 a year. Number 8, nurse practitioner. There are nurse practitioners here in the US who make over $60,000, $70,000 a year. Number 9, information security analyst. If you are an information security analyst, you can be making as high as $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 a year, or even more here in the US. Number 10, cyber security. Here in America, there are people with cyber security skills who are earning over $100,000, over $120,000 a year being a cybersecurity expert. And being a cybersecurity, these are skills you can even learn within a year, in less than a year, if you put your mind to it. Even though people are going to school to get degrees as a cybersecurity expert, people are learning this cybersecurity thing hands-on. You can learn it under 1 year, under 6 months, under 8 months. You have your certificates. Before you know, you do your certifications. You hit the ground running. In less than a year, you can learn this thing. From January 1st, that same year, it is possible you can land a job of over $120,000 a year being a cybersecurity expert. Number 11, IT manager. These IT manager or IT managers, they earn, in some cases, they earn over 100,000, over 120,000, over $130,000 a year here in America. The next one there on my list, mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineers here in the US, some are making over $80,000 a year. Some are making over $100,000 a year. The next one on my list is computer engineering. Computer engineers here in the US are also making over $100,000 a year as well. The next one on my list is mental health professional. If you are a mental health professional, you can be making as high as $70,000, $80,000 a year here in America. The next one on my list, chef/cook. There are chefs and cooks here in America who make over $70,000 yearly. Some even make even over 80 yearly, depending on the restaurant you are a chef in or cooking for. The next one on my list is physician assistants. These physician assistants here in America, a lot of them earn over $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year. The next one on my list is software developer or software engineer. These two sets of skills, if you are in any of these, software developer or software engineer, you can be making over $100,000 a year. In some cases, over $130,000 a year here in America. The next one on my list is marketing manager. A marketing manager in the US here, some of them are making over $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 annually. The next one on my list is statistician. These are people who read and studied statistics. And there are statisticians here in America who make over $120,000 a year being a statistician. So the next one on my list is personal care aid / home health aid / caregiving. Personal care aid / home health aid / caregiving. These are people who are helping other people who cannot help themselves. These are people who works at nursing homes. And there are many of these people who earn over $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year being just caregivers. There are caregivers here in America who earn over $25 here per hour. There are, in some cases, some even make over $30 an hour, depending on whom you are working for. So the next one on my list is plumbing. People, or we used to call it plumbing way back in the days. So if you are a plumber, you can be making as high as $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year here in the US of A. Now, side hustle skills. These side hustle skills are skills you can also earn a lot of money with, like $50,000, $60,000 a year with. But they are not skills that you can easily get a job for. So these skills, one, barbing. You cut hair. Yes, barbing is a lucrative skill. The reason why here I put barbing under side hustle skills is that it's under side hustle skills because barbing is not that skill that you easily just get people online looking for barbers to employ. Even though there are cases, but it is not what you regularly see online if you are looking for a barbing job. And if you migrate to the US, you need people to know you before they will allow you cut their hair. And this will take time for people to really know that you cut hair really good, because people don't want to give their hair to someone they don't know can really barb properly. So that is why this is one of the side hustle skills. It is after you must have been in America for a while, you have been opportune to cut 1, 2, 3 people, they begin to refer you to others. And by so doing, you become known. And also when you come here, you also need to have a license. You have to get a certificate for barbing, even though you are good at it before you came here. The next side hustle skills is painting. Painting of walls. You know, you want to paint walls. Because there are people whose job is just to paint houses. But sometimes it will take time for you to be known as a painter. And from my experience, hunting for jobs online, it is easier to find painting jobs online than barbing jobs. So, in my own opinion, being a painter is even more lucrative than being a barber. You can easily find painting jobs online. People can go on Craigslist and those job sites, say, I need a painter for Wednesday, Thursday next week. Please test this. I have seen that many times. The next side hustle skills is hairdressing, braiding, manicure, and pedicure. I repeat, the next side hustle skill is dressing, hairdressing, braiding, manicure, and pedicure. This is another lucrative skill, but also you need to be known to be good at this before people can patronize you. And this might take time. So these are not skills you usually come to the US and just start doing. No. Most times you need to be known to be good at these things before somebody can trust you to braid their hair, to dress their hair, to do their nails and the likes. So that is why it is very, very important to have these skills. So please, this is where I draw the curtain on this content. Let me know in the comment section what you want me to do a content on next, and I will see to it. So guys, have a good one. And for those of you applying for the various US visas and Schengen visas, Canada visas, UK visas, and other visas for other countries in Asia and the rest, I wish you success. Have a good one, guys. Thank you very much.